And we're back. Welcome to part 2 of Hyper Scape. Last time I left off, we were about to talk about the weapons, so let's get to it. I said, let's get to it. You gotta be kidding me. Why is... Oh. That's why.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, so I fired my clone last episode, and now there's no one to operate the green screen. Can you get in here?
Wait a minute. Wait. Wait. You fired yourself?
Yes, I fired him. That's precisely what I said. Just get down here.
Alright, fine.
So the first weapon on the list is the Skybreaker. So let's talk about that. Skybreaker is a rocket launcher that looks like something straight out of a Quake game. The blast radius is ginormous. The blast radius is so huge, in fact, that you're nearly guaranteed to hit the target from close range. The thing is, this thing doesn't exactly shine at close range combat. The greater the distance that the rocket has to travel, the more damage it actually does. At long range, this thing is absolutely devastating. Despite all this, the fact that you can't use it to rocket jump just makes it feel like a huge missed opportunity, given that this game has such a huge emphasis on movement. At least you can still kind of rocket jump with the shockwave, so I'm really not complaining. TF2 style rocket jumping would be really overpowered now that I think about it, so I'm not gonna complain. The Protocol 5 is a 3-shot sniper rifle.
Headshot.
That's basically it. Given that the weapon deals significantly more damage on a headshot, it really works best when you're working from a higher elevation than your enemy, given that it's more likely for you to hit the head when shooting at them from above.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
The Hexfire is a giant minigun that destroys anything at close range.
I am heavy weapons guy. And this is my weapon.
This thing will absolutely shred through an enemy's health bar if they aren't careful. The weapon isn't all too powerful at long distances, but Hyper Scape makes it really easy to get up really close to the enemy thanks to the fast movement mechanics, making this weapon incredibly powerful in the right hands. Ripper is a generic rapid-fire shooty gun. Apparently, according to Wikipedia, that's called an assault rifle, but I really don't care, because shooty gun sounds way dumber and way more amusing to my stupid baby brain. I got banned from Wikipedia for that joke. This is a weapon where, as long as you can hold down the left mouse click button, you'll probably end up being pretty good. Unlike other weapons, there's no gimmick or anything like that. No single shot, no damage increase over distances, no lengthy rev up time, nothing like that. You just shoot. Honestly, just a really good weapon all around, if a little generic. It takes very little getting used to, and can be used in practically every situation, but it specializes in no specific situations. Contrast this with the Harpy, which is absolutely terrifying to go up against. I guess this makes sense, given that it's named after a weird bird creature from Greek mythology. Have you ever been chased by an upset, angry bird? No, not that kind of angry bird, like an actual angry, furious bird. It's kinda scary. The Harpy is a weapon that really shines as a secondary weapon. Don't use it in every situation, or you're gonna die very quickly. But if you find yourself in a close quarters situation, pull out the Harpy and the enemy will be dead in about... The Riot 1 is another generic sort of gun. Hey, dude, check this out. I just got this new laser gun thing.
Evan, that's a toy gun with a solar panel and a motor and rubber bands on it.
No, seriously, I got it from a reputable seller. I got it at Walmart.
Evan, where at Walmart did you get this?
Behind the dumpsters. No, seriously. Look, I'll show you. It packs quite a punch, and using it is an absolute blast. Everything from the sound effects to the reload animations perfectly reflect how using the weapon feels punchy and really fun to use. This thing requires at least decent aim to use effectively, something I'm extremely lacking in. But wow, is it ever fun to use. It benefits primarily as a secondary weapon, for use in picking off enemies that are already low, or for long-range use. It takes 4 headshots for a level 1 to kill, or 5 body shots. For a fully fused one, it's 2 headshots plus 1 body shot, or simply 4 body shots. The Komodo is a grenade launcher mixed with the Skybreaker. The grenades have no arc and fly in straight lines, like the Skybreaker. They also do more damage the more distance the shot has to travel. It does less damage than the Skybreaker and has multiple shots and more ammo compared to the Skybreaker, which has to reload after every shot and has very little ammo to begin with. The explosion radius is much smaller than the Skybreaker, but the shots fly faster and the gun fires much faster as well. This is a very solid weapon, and despite doing less damage, I like it a little more than the Skybreaker, simply because if you miss a shot, you're not totally screwed. The Salvo is a grenade launcher. The grenades arc and can bounce off objects twice before exploding. If the grenades hit an enemy directly, they explode immediately on contact. As someone who primarily plays the Demo Man in Team Fortress 2, the Salvo was instantly familiar to me. The Salvo is a very good weapon, though I feel like it could use a very slight increase in how much damage it does at level 1. As hitting shots already requires a good understanding of how to lead your shots and how much the shot will arc. I feel like, given the fact that compared to other bullet-based weapons, it takes a bit more skill to use, a very slight increase in the damage dealt, at least at lower levels, might be useful in balancing out the weapon and making the risk-for-reward aspect of it be actually worth it. The Mammoth Mark II is your standard shotgun-style weapon. It's incredibly devastating at short range, and pretty okay at medium-ish range, but at long range, you won't be able to hit anything. The gun shoots 15 bullets in a circular pattern that spreads out in a cone shape. The bullets do between 5 and 7 damage at level 1. This means that at short range, most if not all of the bullets will hit the target, dealing at worst 75 damage, and at best, a whopping 105 damage, assuming all bullets hit. This, like the Riot 1 and the Harpy, is really most useful when indoors or used as a secondary weapon for specific situational use. So far, each and every weapon has been, in my opinion, quite useful and overall well designed. Each weapon is designed with a specific purpose or playstyle in mind, and as a result, each weapon is fun to use and useful in game. That is, every weapon except this one. Introducing the D-Tap. The D-Tap is a pistol that automatically locks onto targets, regardless of where you're aiming. In fact, there isn't even an aiming reticle or a crosshair of any kind with this weapon. Instead, there's a sort of box or a window, and any enemy that's within range and located within that box will be locked onto by the weapon, and each bullet fired will automatically aim itself at the enemy. Hey dude, check this out. I made this cool laser gun thing, and the way it works is...
2 hours later.
Oh cool, so it's like a laser thing that you don't have to aim and it takes no skill to use? Yeah, basically. Alright, I'm gonna try it out. What the? What's wrong with this? What's wrong with this thing? This is a really neat concept, taken straight from Titanfall 2 with the auto pistol, and it lets beginners get the hang of it. This sounds like a pretty good weapon. In fact, a weapon that aims itself is almost too good. Well, that's the thing. The irony of this is that the weapon that doesn't require you to aim is actually the weakest weapon in the game. Regardless of what fusion level the gun is at, it always does a measly 5 damage. Oh, except for when it's fully upgraded to the highest level. Then it does 6 damage. Wow! An incredible entire damage point. What an upgrade. The only thing fusion does to this weapon is increase the ammo capacity. It takes so long to kill with this weapon that you go through 2 entire clips before you can kill a player. I'm not kidding. It takes longer than any other weapon in the game. Say you're fighting against someone with the Mammoth Mark I. Both are close-range weapons, so it's a likely scenario. You have to hit the enemy a total of... 1 second.
Quickly now.
24 times. Okay, so you have to shoot them 24 times, meanwhile your opponent only has to hit you twice. Maybe 3 times if it's not a direct hit. Alright, that's enough ranting. Just, it's odd how the rest of the weapons are really well balanced, and this one is the only one that sucks, and it sucks a lot. It is really bad. The hacks and weapons work together along with the fast movement to create a really hectic and fun game. It's so much fun that I almost forgot it's a... Oh... Right. Guess I have to talk about this part of the game as well. Got it from a reputable seller at Walmart.
Evan, where'd you get it? Where at Walmart did you get it?
Behind the dumpsters.
That's such a good line.
Yeah. No. I got it from a reputable seller at Walmart.
Evan, where at Walmart did you get this?
Behind the dumpsters.
I'm sorry. I can't not laugh. Where'd you get it? Behind the dumpster.
Hey, okay, I could tell that wasn't gonna go well. Going in the blooper reel.